This is the first box of our shopgoodwill.com order that we had. These were about $40 each with shipping, tax, tag, title, all that included. About 40 bucks. I think they were like 38 or something like that. We ordered 3 boxes. This is the first one, came out of Jacksonville. And the other one we're going to do on a live. And this one, the larger one, has not gotten here yet, but we're going to go through that. The larger one I'm a little worried about when that gets here because it's just all kind of in bags. This other stuff it looked like it was in boxes or bagged up nicely. I think this was the bagged up nicely one, but we'll see. It looked like, I think this one was junk wax and some modern football. So maybe we'll find some winners in there. Maybe we'll find some good stuff, find some numbered cards, find some good rookies, find something like that. You know, the bar is pretty low on this one. The bar is a lot higher on the one that I'm concerned with as far as condition goes. But this one, we're going to get into it. We're going to see if we can, if it was a good deal, bad deal. Let's crack it open.
Duval, the first one has arrived from Jacksonville. This was going to be the box that had those bags of the 2024 Absolute Football and a lot of junk wax baseball. So let's see if it's got anything exciting in it. You never know. We're going to find out. All right, so here it is. Go ahead and cut it. This is going to be those bags right here. You guys will get a first look at it just like I did. As I said, some junk wax baseball, which is probably what my guess is the majority of this is going to be. But it did have some Absolute Football in it. So that looks like football back there. I just ripped that bag, but there's some football. A little more junk wax baseball. There's that one. Let's get started on this first one. I'll see what we got. I like how they gingerly stacked and then bagged it all. That's interesting. It's an interesting way to package a product and to ship a product. We'll get all this out of here first, and then we'll start going through it. See what all we got here. I may fast forward through all this so you might guys might just hear. Who knows? We'll do a good pile, bad pile, rookie pile. There's no real bad piles. There's a good pile and a common pile. We'll say that. All right. Lots of twins here. Want a twins run? This was, I'll put Chuck Knobloch in there. There's a little Pat Mahomes, rated rookie. Yes, we got a Pat Mahomes senior. Put him in the rookie pile. Little Chuck Knobloch. Man, we're big on the twins here. They're coming out of Jacksonville. We got a lot of twins. Roberto Kelly, Scott Erickson. We'll put him in a good pile. Junior Ortiz. We'll just throw him around. No biggie. Terry Leach. Kevin Tapani. We don't need to go line by line. We'll sort through here. We pull out. Find anybody good. We're on to the Cubs now. On rookie pile. Maybe fast forward through it and then stop on some good people if you run across them. Nothing too exciting. There's a Craig Biggio. So Dan Plesac's not in the best shape there. He's got a couple creases on there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hal McRae. You can probably zoom in. We can zoom in a little bit for you guys. There we go. Ooh, we got a Mark Portugal, our finest refractor with the protective covering still on it. Wade Boggs, Jack McDowell. Some decent players in here. Nothing we're retiring on, but Vince Coleman. There's an Andy Van Slyke, 87 tops. Ricky Henderson. We'll take it. We'll take some of these. It's definitely not all common, so that's always good. There's Benito Santiago. Had a little rough time down there. There's a paper loss at the bottom, but that's okay. Ken Herbeck, 86 tops. Ray McDavid. We'll sort out the I'll go back and do the rookies unless they're standout or something. John Smiley. Chuck McElroy. I don't know, I'm just having fun with it. Always love a little junk wax baseball. We're setting the common pile just over to the side. Pete Harnish. This was 14 pounds. Sid Fernandez. This was 14 pounds of cards. There was 3 big bags there. Frank Viola. I'll put Frank Viola and Sid Fernandez over here in a good pile. I don't think we're going to pull anything huge out of here, guys, and that's really not the point of it. We would like to make our money back, so we want to find some good players, like Jose Canseco. Asking you shall receive for a good player. Scott Service. And that's up for debate if you feel there's a Jeff Juden rookie. That would have been huge back in the day. We're on a little rated rookie run here. And Arcedeno, Brian Williams, Chris Gardner. Rated rookies. Oh, Darryl Kyle. Good old Darryl Kyle. Back on the rookie run. At least we've gotten off of all the twins. It'd have been cool if we went on a Kirby Puckett run or anything. But that's okay. And Jack Howell can go over there. Hope you guys are getting not too much of a glare on that. Benito Santiago again. Benito Santiago. Benito Santiago. Ooh, we're on a Benito run. There we go. We're big on the 92 Donruss here, apparently. Bruce Ruffin, which when you get a bunch of junk wax, that's what you should be expecting, is a lot of the same product over and over again. Somebody opening packs, cracking sets, collecting only sets, Lenny Dykstra. Yep. We're not going to pull out any rare stuff out of here, or numbered or anything like that. That's all this stuff was. Lance Parrish. All this stuff was long before the numbered craze. Expansion draft. I don't think that's technically a rookie. We'll get that out of the pile. Eric Young, Randy Tomlin. So that's what we expect with the junk wax. I mean, I do like these Nolan Ryan cards. They're always fun. They just come in packs, and there's a ton of them there everywhere. Ooh, that one had a rough time, rough go of it. There's Joe Carter. Move on. Ryan Sandberg. We'll put Nolan over here. Mess up our pile. Ozzie Canseco in a Cardinals jersey. It's interesting. Ozzie Smith. Mike Mussina. Ozzie Smith. Oh, a little run here. Always like to see that. There we go. Some older stuff. 1981. A little older. Oh, good old Dante Bichette, huh? Yep. If you ever watch my stuff, you know I have a love-hate with Dante Bichette. Mike Mordecai got a little squashed right there. Got a Barry Bonds checklist. We'll take anything with Barry Bonds on it. Daryl Boston's not too shabby. He can go over there. Then we're going to go on a Nolan Ryan run. A little Juan Guzman. More Nolan Ryan. Crumpled up. Texas Stadium. Nolan. Scott Cooper. Wade Boggs. Yep. There's Jim Abbott. Best left-handed pitcher. Not bad. Put you guys over there. Don't need Bernard Gilkey. More Nolan Ryan. Thomas Howard. Lots of the Nolan Ryan cards. Not surprising. Don't mind getting them, but they don't sell for much. Even if you put them all together and try to get rid of them. Derek May, triple play. Put Derek May over there, why not? Nolan Ryan. Jay Bell. Yep. Todd Stoudemire, Von Hayes. Wally Joyner can go over there. Move you guys out of the way. Back on the Nolan Ryan run. 92 Donruss. Little 97 Fleer. Ooh. Is that blonde hair or is that gray hair on Chris Crum? Hoping that's blonde. Because that was a lot of gray we having at that age. Sean Abner. Billy Hatcher. There's a Cecil Fielder. 95 score. Little Ozzie checklist. Another Bonds checklist. Ryan Sandberg checklist. Scott Sanderson. I mean, some decent players in there. At least it wasn't completely picked through. It's a little Flair. Albert Bell. Bobby Bonilla. All-Star card. Paul Wagner. A little more Nolan Ryan. Flip them over. That's how the back of all those Nolan Ryans kind of look, if you wanted to see them. Oh, John Lieber. More Paul Wagner. Lou Whitaker can go over there. There's the Colorado Rock. I think it's a checklist. No, just a card. Okay, put that over there. Doug Henry. That would be for their expansion year. There's probably another one floating around too. Nothing exciting there. Nolan. Roger McDowell. Like I said, there's not going to be anything huge in here. Kevin Mitchell. Dustin Hermanson. Arizona Fall League. Man, we're just letting people fall. I'm trying to keep them out of light, and it's put in a weird angle. Kevin Mitchell. Bob Hamlin. Juan Bell. There's a Todd Van Poppel rookie. We'll put that up there. It's our first kind of big rookie we got. There's the other one, the Marlins. The Rockies of the Marlins card. Is that Joe Carter? Probably so. Eddie Murray. 97 Fleer. Nolan Ryan. We're big on the Nolan Ryan stuff. We got plenty of those. If you guys want any of them, let me know. Rael Cormier, Chris Gwynn. Going quick through them. Now, if we've come across some golds in here or something. Now arriving Jay Payton. It's a rookie card. Roger McDowell. We came across some Topps golds. Those are always fun. But Todd Hundley. Steve Bichelle. We'll move on. Paul O'Neill. This is what I was wondering. We got a little stuck together group here. Ray Langford. Jose Mesa. Nothing too exciting. Tim Crabtree. Delano DeShields. Trying not to just repeat everybody to you. Let me just dump through them. Ruben Rivera. That's going to be rookies. Those rookies are going to have the now appearing. Orlando Merced. Terry Steinbach. Like I said, I don't think we're going to be pulling anything huge out of here. This is going to be where if you make your money on it, it's going to be in volume of decent players, putting some lots together. Carlos Delgado. It's not bad. Rookie debut. You know, it's always fun. And every once in a while you come across something halfway decent. Most of this isn't going to be in great shape. Most of it's not going to be huge players. Most of it, like I'm not pulling huge rookies out of here or anything. You're not going to find a lot of your rare cards or numbered cards. they're tough to pull and stuff, especially in this one. There's not a lot of that floating around and junk wax stuff. But, I mean, it's fun to look through. You know, we pulled a couple decent players. But the cards are not always going to be in the best shape. There's going to be a silver Rex Hudler. It's not numbered or anything, as you can see. But that is him milking the cow. That's yeah. That's always interesting. We'll set that over there because it's one of the silver variations. So you can tell the difference. Like the silvers are going to have the gray borders around it and the silver signature on it. Now, if you get a decent player of that, you know, there's a J Bell of it. They're not rare, but they're rarer. So if you get a decent player, it might be worth $1 or $2. At least I'll say I don't want to miss anybody, but at the same time, I'm not expecting so Jose Canseco and some Red Sox, little Red Sox gear. A couple Doug Draybacks, Mark Loretta, Brett Saberhagen, Robin Ventura, Germany Schaefer. What does that say? Conline, I don't know. Greatest stories. I don't know what that is. I'll check into that. There's a Willard Brown. These are kind of cool looking. These are cool cards. We'll set them over there. Do a little digging into that. Charles Johnson. This is the Ted Williams collection. Yeah, that's what that is. Charles Johnson. He's got a little dent in him. There's a Bob Horner. Swing for the fences. Drysdale or... No, Gil Hodges. Gil Hodges card. Put that over there. Dennis Martinez can go up there. Tim Raines. Tony Fernandez. There's going to be the gold, leaf gold, Al Osuna. It's not in the greatest shape. I mean, I'd like to put it over there in the pile, but it's got a gold back to it where the other one's got silver. You can see that crease down there. And it'll say gold edition on there. So if you're ever going through the 92 leaf, that's what you're going to be looking for is the golds. Gold edition. It'll say it on the back, and it's black versus the other ones are gray. Same thing. Okay. I mean, it's good to find those cards. And again, you want to find bigger players, but they definitely want to be in good condition if you're going to be doing that. Billy Hatcher, Chris Jones, Mo Sanford, Dan Wilson, Chris Sabo with the sweet goggles. Everybody loves the goggles. Eric Davis, he can go over there. Doc Gooden. But like I said, there's going to be a lot of junk wax stuff. A lot of the Nolan cards. Those are all Nolan Ryan. Daryl Boston. More Nolan Ryan. Hard working conditioning. A little Bobby Bowe. There's a Frank Thomas 92 Donruss. That's not bad. Ding corner, but the way it was shipped, I'm surprised all of them aren't brutally dinged. Brett Butler. Strange but true. Who was that? Strange but true. John Hudak. The winless All-Star. 1994, Hudak became the 5th player to start the season in the minors and yet make the All-Star team, even though he hadn't won a game. His 15 saves and 1.97 ERA earned him a selection. So it was strange but true, but that's because it was closer. There's a Cecil Fielder Pinnacle. Oh, Mike Stanton. Mike Stanton, the pitching one, not the hitting one. Dave Justice, right there, of Moneyball fame. Jim Clancy, the Limmer, Fred McGriff. I don't know if the blue is special edition. I don't know if that... I haven't opened that collector's choice in so long, I couldn't even tell you. Michael Tucker. Andre King, draft pick. Marvin Freeman. I saw he was out signing autographs at a Braves game not too long ago. Tom Glavine. I'm sure a bunch of the Braves will be there for the All-Star game, which is in a couple of days. I was going to try to go and get a video for you guys, but I cannot get away from work for that long. They've got the Futures game is tonight, I think. If I'm not mistaken. There's a little tops. Anybody good? No. Steve Searcy does not need to go in the good pile. Doesn't look like anybody exciting there. Bip Roberts. Steve Sparks. Ooh, Robin Yount had a rough day. He can just go in the common pile. That's in rough shape. Eric Hansen. Coming attractions. Nobody exciting. There's a Jim Tomei. I think in this year there's a Chipper coming attractions, which I'm sure somebody would have probably taken out. Oh, there's a card stuck to the back here. There's a Jeffrey Hammond silver. Put that up there, why not? Clint Hurdle, Tom Candiotti. Yaddy. All right. Let's see what else we got here. John Branco. Chuck Knobloch. That's probably him thrown into the bleachers right there. Bill Buckner. We'll put Bill Buckner up there. Terry Kennedy. There's a little bit older stuff in here. It's not quite all junk wax, depending on your definition of what junk wax is, I guess. Chris Hayes, Doug Jones. Obviously, you get an 89 Fleer. You're looking for Griffey and Randy Johnson and Billy Ripken. Don Slot. I don't think any of that's going to be in here. Though the way you make your bread and butter on this is going to be those guys that are stars and semi-stars, and you hope you got a whole bunch of good players. Like this. It's a nice card right here. Oh, Andre Dawson. Panini, 92 baseball. That's pretty cool. All right, back to the 92 Donruss here. I don't know if you guys are going to hear me talking through stuff, or if you're just going to see me kind of thumbing through. There's Will Clark. Royce Clayton. Names rookie Solomon Torres. We'll see what the biggest rookie we pull out of here is. Right now, it's Todd Van Poppel. That's what we got as the biggest rookie. White Evans. He'd probably make that. I'll probably get him out of the common pile. Right now, I'm just getting through this stuff. Wilson Alvarez. Let's see, just getting through it so you guys can get a glimpse of everything. Lance Johnson. Arnold Harris. Julio Franco. And this is all this stuff is kind of what I thought it was going to be. I mean, I'll be interested to get into the Camp Boyd, to get into the football and see what it's got. There is Julio Franco. I believe he was a shortstop then, or did it say what position he played? Probably in here somewhere, but I believe he was a second base. I knew he was a middle infielder. All right, I've decided we're just going to speed through the video when I speed it up, so you guys aren't going to have any idea what I'm saying. I'll still talk just in case I want to cut some clips out or something, or stop it somewhere. I'll still talk, but that's what we're going to do. All right, so far a big rookie's been the Todd Van Poppel there, I would say, which isn't a big rookie, but Dave Valley. We're on to the Mariners here, which may have a rookie or two or not. Oh, yep, right there. How about that? But he's got a ding. Little, I don't know if you guys can see that right there. Little shot to the heart, only to the left shoulder area, but we'll still put it up. There's Omar Vizquel. This stuff is not definitely going to be in the best shape in the world. Hector Villanueva. Luis Gonzalez. Put Luis Gonzalez up there. And a Cubs outfit. Rick Sutcliffe. Andre Dawson. Jerome Walton. On a little run here. Put Walton up there. Why not? Ray Sanchez. Maybe we won't put Walton up there. I don't think 92 Donruss Jerome Waltons are going for big money or anything. Ray Sanchez. Sean Dunston. I mean, at least they're kind of in team order here. Kevin Seitzer. David Tartable. Again, this is just, I mean, just where you're going to make your bread and butter is on your volume on stuff like this. And you hope you can sell a 40-card lot of Brett Saberhagen, you know, something like that. We're almost done with our first bag. First bag. This is the first bag. Joe Hegseth, Matt Young, Mike Greenwall. There are people out there that still collect Mike Greenwall, but I don't think they need a 97 Fleer of Mike Greenwall. Or Bob Zupik, who's stuck to the back of him. There's Bob Zupik. There is Billy Hatcher. Ramon Martinez. Chan Ho Park. Back on the Dodgers here. Roger McDowell. Big on the 92 Donruss. I don't know how people feel about 92 Donruss. Mike Sosa. Vanderwall. Now we're on the Expos. I do like that it's in team order. At least I know, you know, who to be expecting. There's a Cliff Floyd, rookie prospect. Looks like he's in good shape, except for a rough corner up here, which, like I said, I think is going to be common. We'll put Cliff Floyd up there. Why not? Dennis Martinez. Big Cat. Dennis Martinez. There's Kirby Puckett. Just like I said earlier. Be good if you go on a Kirby Puckett run. There's some Reggie Sanders rookies. Oh, Bernie Williams. Steve Avery. Top Kids. Is that a sticker? No, it's just kind of shaped like it, but that's pretty cool. It's a cool card. We'll put that up there, even though he's not a rookie. Kirby Puckett. It seems like we go on a little run of halfway decent cards, you know, like someone was separating them, and then we just go through a run. David Cohn, that one's got some issues up here. Vizcaino, Awesome Mocker, Alex Sanchez. Obviously, see 90 tops. You're hoping oh man, there's a Frank Thomas. They're going to roll across that. I doubt that's going to happen. Lee Smith, Hippolito, Hip Hop Anonymous, Mike Lacoste, Rex Holder, some Donruss the rookies. Chuck Carr, Tim McIntosh. This is kind of like if we were to go through my old stuff, which I've been sorting through all my old cards, but if we were to go through my old stuff, this is kind of like my old stuff. Yep, Dan Plesac, John Jaha, Eric Davis, MVP. Greg Myers. There's a nice Tony Fernandez. That's in halfway decent shape. Jim Rice. Oral Hershiser. Clint Zavaras. Maybe. Probably not even close. Turner Ward. Alex Sanchez. Howard Farmer. Probably put Chuck Finley up there too. See, we go on a little run here. Julio Franco. Now I say that, we go to Terry Leach next. Put Chuck Finley up here. Matt Williams. There's a Juan gone. There is another Cliff Floyd. 91 draft pick, Stadium Club. 92 Stadium Club. But we'll put him up there. Robin Yount. Not in the best shape, but Charlie Lee Brandt. But yeah, this is, if you go through my old cards, this is going to be how my collection looks. If my stuff is ever donated to anywhere. Although I'm trying to start getting rid of the cards that don't bring me joy. That's kind of my goal in life now. If it doesn't bring me joy, it's going on to eBay. Or it's getting donated and given to the kids or sold to a card shop for commons, whatever. Yeah, these are all Bernard Gilkey. Oh, there's a Topps Gold right there. I was talking about the Topps Gold earlier. There's one right there, Mike Perez. Nothing too exciting, but at least we know there's some Topps Gold floating around in here. That's the only thing, is that you hope you run across something like that and it's a halfway decent player. But more than likely, it's been already taken out of here by the original owner or by somebody at Goodwill who pre-searches this stuff, even though they say they don't. It happens sometimes. Little pre-search. Little pre-search. So I'm not going to find the Jeter rookie going through this stuff. Jeter rookie gold. I mean, I found it in a box. Well, you guys saw that video. You can go back and watch it where we pulled the Jeter out of the, there's a Kent Mercker rated rookie where we pulled the Jeter out of a sealed box. Rookie gold. That was fun. There's a little Top Stadium Club. Got Wade Boggs, Brian Jordan, Mark Portugal, Tom Hinkie, Armando Reyes, John Barnes, draft pick, Aaron Seeley, John Farrell, Alito Perez, Scott Rothkorn, Doc Gooden, Ozzie Guillen, 91 All-Star card, Vaughn Hayes had a rough day, Jay Howell definitely had a rough day, Doug Drabeck as well. Yeah, these guys had rough times, rough times. There's a Ray Langford rated rookie. Joe Carter. Back to Nolan. A lot of the Nolans. Barry Larkin. Four Sport. Charlie Hayes. More of the Nolans. Nolan. Tony Perez. Larry Thomas. Yankee Stadium. We'll put Yankee Stadium over there in the keeper pile. And this is going to be the last bit of cards out of that. Well, I got two. Never mind. I got two more piles, like about this size. Pat Henkin. These are interesting. Oh my. Sean Green. Tony Fernandez. He can go up there. Nobody too exciting in here. Jose Canseco. It's probably the best one that we found so far out of this stuff. Carlos Delgado. Put that up there. Delgado's not bad. Benito Santiago. I need to get more over this way. There we go. Storm Davis. Mark Johnson. Yep. Nothing too exciting here. All right. Back to more of the Nolan Ryans. There are plenty of those. There's a Bowman's Best. Robbie Beckett with quite an interesting color there. That's what happens when you don't have a protective coating on it. Lots of Mike Schmidt. Trying to see. That's the Ted Williams collection. Tim Wallach. Darryl Strawberry. Whole lot of Nolan. Edgar Martinez. Whole lot of Nolan. Lots of those Nolan cards. All right. See if we dug any Topps Gold out of here. Nope. Craig Biggio, though. Kevin Moss. Brett Saberhagen. Mike Perez. Bob Welch. All right. That was the first stack. You can see we had... Those are the halfway decent cards, and that doesn't necessarily mean they're in the greatest shape in the world. These are the rookie piles right here, which there's probably more rookies. And these are going to be the best cards I would say we pulled out of there. A Tino Martinez rated rookie, but it is not in the best shape in the world. It's got a little ding right there. We got a Cliff Floyd Stadium Club. We got the Steve Avery Topps Kid card just because I like it, and it's in halfway decent shape. We got another Cliff Lloyd. And then the Todd Van Poppel, star rookie. All right, let's move on to the next pile. All right, this is the bag that kind of ripped on us at the top here when we were pulling it out. This has got some, this to about right here appears to be more junk wax baseball, and then this looks like it's going to be all modern football. Do that. We'll finish that up here. Roger McDowell, Reggie Taylor, rookie, Darren Lewis, Dave Martinez, stuck to somebody else, Paul O'Neill. Good, stays in the right pile. Dale Murphy. We'll always take a Dale Murphy. He'll be doing lots of stuff this weekend around. All-Star Weekend in Atlanta, Ruck Raines, Dave Martinez. Figure we'll blast through this. Mariano Duncan, Oral Hershiser, rookie. Eric Davis should probably go in this pile over here. Mike Lavelle, Mitch Williams. I mean, there's some decent players I'd put in the good pile, but if the card's not in the Pride of Marietta College right there, or at least one of them, but if they're not in good shape, I'm not even bothering to put them in the good pile because it's not like I'm going to try to sell them to somebody. There's a Dave Kingman. That's not too bad. That's in pretty good condition, actually. Centering's a little interesting, but I like that there's some older stuff in here. Not a lot of it, but some. Charles Nagy, Frank Viola. Again, if it's not in good shape, we're just going to leave it in the common pile. Kenny Rogers, Eric Hansen, Albert Bell, Rafael Palmeiro, All-Star. Garlitz, felt like he was stuck to somebody, but he wasn't. Delino DeShields. There's Jim Rice. You can see that Jim Rice is very top and right heavy, but still nice. Yep, look good on the back too. Dutch. There's a Billy Bean. Milt Thompson, Mitch Williams, Chuck Finley. I think we might, if we come across something that's halfway decent, I think it's going to be more in the older stuff. Let's see. Richie Sexton, maybe. About the biggest name on there. Billy Swift. Doug Drabeck. There's a lot of Doug Drabeck in here. There's a Tim Wakefield. Put that over there for sure. All right. It's kind of getting close to getting through all this junk wax, which is personally what I prefer, but we'll get into the football. I don't collect as much football as I used to. Frank Viola, Andre Dawson, Jimmy Gonzalez, Jeff Reardon, Lou Piniella. And 87, we're going to be looking for the rookies that are in there, but I doubt we're going to run across any. I ain't expecting to pull a Bo or a Paul Molitor or a McGuire or a Bonds or anything. I'm sure all that has long been sorted out of here. Brent Gates, Eric Davis, coming attractions, Doug Drabeck as a Yank. Oh, there's a lot of Doug Drabeck in here. I mean, he's not a bad player, but I don't know that there's a lot of more Doug Drabeck collectors floating around. Robin Ventura. Okay. Getting down to the nuts and bolts of the junk wax here. Todd Worrell, Dave Martinez, which you can go over there. Julio Franco, Steve Sachs, Doc Gooden. That was in pretty good shape considering on the Doc Gooden. Oh, Ricky Henderson. It's not bad. Put that over there. David Wells. I mean, like I said, we're getting a couple halfway decent players, but Jason McDonald, I think, like Giambi maybe. There's another Topps Gold. Brian Harper. So at least we know there's a few Topps Gold in here. It's not the good players. That's not a Topps Gold. That's just regular Topps from that year. Charles Nagy, Mike Sosa, Bob Welch, Joe Girardi. We're getting lots of, what is that? Major League debut, Scott Scudder. That is interesting. Was this probably Topps traded? I don't know what that is. It's weird looking. It's a 1999. That might be a minor league card. I don't know. We're going to set that up there because I don't know what that is. Ed Sprague, maybe that's how they did those in Topps traded. I don't know. Dave Smith, I don't remember at least. Dennis Eckersley. Todd Benzinger. Denny Martinez. Ben Davis. Probably Cormier. Tony La Russa. There's another Topps Gold. Storm Davis. Now, what you can do with those Topps Gold is you can bunch them all together and just sell them as a lot. Like I've got, 30 Topps Gold, 19, and maybe someone's trying to build a set or trying to do something. You can make a little bit of your money back that way. I've only run across 3 of them so far, but I have plenty of other ones that I can add those to make my collection bigger and make it more likely to sell. That sometimes may be the best way to get rid of stuff. Nobody exciting on that one. Bill Russell, not that Bill Russell. Steve Sachs, Alex Fernandez. See, there's another Topps Gold. John Roper. And Brett Saberhagen. All right, so that's going to be the end of the junk wax, at least for those 2 packages. I don't see any other junk wax in. All right, so we're on to the modern football. We'll go ahead and pull these junk wax baseball hits off of there. Set that over to the side, and it's going to be Mosaic that we're starting off with. Well, Bryce Young, Jared Goff, Khalil Mack, Jesse Bates, Josh Jacobs, Christian McCaffrey, Myles Garrett, Daniel Jones, Lamar Jackson, Keyshawn Bodie. I can never say his name right. I'm not even going to try, but that's Phoenix. We're on to the Phoenix. That's going to be a rookie, I think. We'll put that up there. I don't know. We'll just set him right here. We're going to go like this. Mark Andrews. There's a little Josh Allen. That is a interesting head on the Josh Allen there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Looks like we'll put Josh Allen up there on the touchdown masters. Justin Herbert. So like someone was stuck to him, but not. Dexter Jackson. We're flipping all around here. Sam Howell, rookie. Put that up there. Why not? Breece Hall. Ed Reed. Russell Wilson. Max Crosby. We're getting some good stars. And this football, at least. Joe Burrow. Football may be our saving grace, like I said before. Shaq Thompson. Richard Seymour. We're just going to stack up the football. I'm not sorting it out. We're just going to go through sorted stacks and not. Mark Andrews. There's old Kyle Pitts. Aaron Rodgers. Buda Baker. Got the other Josh Allen. It was Josh Hines Allen. Cameron Jordan. Another Jesse Bates. Tyrann Matthews. Jalen Hurts. We'll put Jalen Hurts up there with the other. We'll start a pile back there with halfway decent cards. Grant Delphi. See if we can zoom in a little bit so you guys can see it. There we go. Derwin James. There is a Tyree Wilson, rookie. Not numbered. That's like a, I don't know, I haven't opened a lot of new select, so I'm not going to be able to tell you, but we'll put it up there. Some type of variation. Will Levis, Tyler Lockett, a DeAndre Swift, National Pride. Let's see. George Kittle, Zay Flowers. This is going to be good cards, good players. Sam Darnold. We can make some good lots out of that. Cordell Patterson. I don't know that we're going to find any. There's Garrett Wilson. The Ohio State University. Yep. Micah Parsons. T.O. Russell Wilson. Another Will Levis. Ooh, there's a Deshaun Watson. Jair Allen. Carson Wentz, black. And a Julio Jones, black. Micah Parsons. DeMarcus Ware, living legend. Zach Charbonnet. Oh, that's not a bad one. Put that up there. Not a bad rookie. He's not in the greatest shape, but Greg Dortch. Got a Mariano Rivera. Green Pulsar, or whatever that's called. That's nice. We'll set that over there with the good cards. Geno Smith. These are halfway decent. There's some good rookies in here. There's some Christian Watson rookies right there from Luminous. Luminous, or is it the Panini Chronicles? Yeah. We'll put you. We'll do. Whoa! I just knocked that whole pile over. We got a lot of the illusions. Well, that just slid down. There's Drew Brees, Keenan Allen, DK Metcalf. Maybe the black is not the variation. I thought they were, but I haven't opened a lot of football. Recent football. Josh Palmer, Rasheed White. That's not bad right there. Rasheed White rookie. Put that up there. Jack Youngblood. It's always nice. Got Hayden Hurst. There's another Kyle Pitts. Not a rookie on him, is it now? Okay. Well, so far football's not been too bad. I can live with football. Ed Oliver, Marvin Mims, Morton Anderson, Devonta Smith, Jalen Hurts. We could put some good football lots together. There's a Caleb Williams rookie. How about that? Just hanging out, floating around. Good old Caleb Williams. Mosaic rookie. I'll have to sleeve that up. Joe Burrow, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Herbert. So football is going to be our saving grace here, I think. Randall Cunningham, Sean Clifford. Ooh, you guys know me. We'll be hanging on to that right there. We'll be hanging on to Emmett. Hunter Henry. Filmmaker, CD Lamb, Hendrickson. There's that cracked ice red thing. Put that up there. I don't know if that's a huge card, but Quentin Johnson, classics. I mean, these aren't bad, for sure. Jalen Hyatt. There's LaDainian Tomlinson. LaDainian Tomlinson, not numbered, but still a cool card. Put that up there for sure. Josh Paschal. Jackson Smith. John, not numbered. That's the Stars. Revolution. I don't know if that's any different. We're going to have to Google some of these for you guys. Or for me, not for you guys. You probably already know what's going on. It's a Kenneth Gainwell, rookie, green, not numbered. I mean, there's Randy Moss. These are halfway. There's an A-Chain. These are decent, good players. We can definitely make some lots out of this stuff. There's another Josh Allen. We can make a Josh Allen lot, Lamar Jackson lot, Derrick Henry. I mean, it's not terrible. Greg Lloyd. I mean, that Caleb Williams should be worth something. Aaron Darnold, Mike Williams, Cooper Kupp. I mean, we should be able to do something with this stuff on these football cards. I mean, I don't know a lot about football. I mean, I know plenty about football. I don't know a lot about recent cards prices off the top of my head. CD Lamb, Justin Herbert. I mean, I feel like these are all Mac Jones. Right as I was about to say, I feel like all these are good cards, and then we get Mac Jones. Jonathan Taylor. I mean, if we pull another one or two good rookies out of here, Dak Prescott, Christian McCaffrey, I feel like we could do some work with these. Sam Laporta, Bijan Robinson, Myles Garrett, CD Lamb. We got a lot of CD Lambs. I'm okay with that. Joe Burrows too. Kobe Myers, just Dan Marino with the big giant head, just like that. Josh Allen, a touchdown masters. It's always exciting. Jamar Chase. I mean, these football ones are pretty solid. Mike Evans, Jalen Johnson, George Kittle, Tank Bisbee, Cortland Sutton. There's a refractor of some sort. It's a Contenders Optic. It's not numbered or anything, but it is a prism. That's the first real light prism thing we've run across. The good thing is on the footballs, we got a whole other bag of football. So if it's going to run like this, I feel like we had a good run. Jared Goff. And I'm not even pulling out the big name players unless, I did pull out Josh Allen, and some Jalen Hurts, but not all of them. Like Prestige doesn't seem to be doing too much work for us here. Cooper Kupp, Eli, Drew Brees, Quentin Johnson. I mean, like I said, there's a Tua. Like I said, we're not going to find anything huge in this stuff. Although we did find some nice variations and things, but not of huge players. But this is where you're going to make your money and volume and stuff like this. This is the volume play. Jonathan Mingo, rookie Stallions. That's cool. Justin Herbert, Hyatt, Porter Jr., Marvin Mims. Oh, we're into basketball. I didn't know there was basketball in here. Well, one basketball player. We'll set the basketball over there. Start their own pile. Mac Jones, CD Lamb. Nope, we're moving on to basketball here a little bit. Michael Irvin. Got a Miles Murphy. Derrick Henry. Like, so you can put a Derrick Henry lot together out of this stuff. Turn that into a little money. Traylon Burks. Ooh, there's a Troy Aikman. Blue. UCLA. Call it a color match, I guess. Hunter Henry. Oop, Emmett. Emmett's going to make the board. Emmett will always make the board. Another Jalen Hurts. I mean, these are not bad players all around here. Jahmyr Gibbs. Take a Jahmyr Gibbs rookie, even if it's Chronicles. And our pile's getting full up there. Brock Purdy. Look at that. A-Chain. Optic rookie. Definitely got some surface issues, but still, that's not a bad card. Montez Sweat. Christian McCaffrey. J.K. Dobbins. Robert Woods. Christian Watson. Mike Evans. Another Bill Parcells. I mean, this football has been pretty good. Warren Sapp, Eddie George. I'm not going to complain about the football that has come out of here. Nico Collins. Prestige is not pulling much out of here, except that Emmett was nice. Vinny Testaverde. Josh Allen. Put him over here. We run out of room. We're going to have to clear the mechanism, as Billy Chapel would say. Randy Moss, touchdown masters. Let's see, we'll go this pile right here. Oh, is there basketball? I don't know. Baker Mayfield, Desmond Ridder, James Cook with a Jordan White head on the back, Matthew Stafford, Trevor Lawrence, George Karlaftis. I mean, these are all solid people. I can't complain about it. There's Travis Kelce. Mosaic Epic. Put him up there. Josh Allen. Blue. Is that retail blue or I don't know. Cade York. DeAndre Hopkins on the blue. Jalen Carter, rookie. And we're running out of room here. Bobby Wagner. Jamar Chase. It's not too shabby. We'll put Jamar Chase up there. Why not? Okay. I mean, if anything, if we make anything back on this, which we probably should, it's going to be from this football stuff. Brock Purdy. There's Zeke Elliott. Trey Tucker. Especially some of these rookies that are coming through here. If we come across some halfway decent ones like we've been doing, that's going to be where the money's at. Nick Chubb. Harry Carson. There's no Emmett. I already pulled one of those out, though. Max Crosby, that's pretty cool looking. Jalen Carter, that's nice. Let's see. Jalen Carter, Fearless. Not numbered, but that's a nice cracked ice of some sort, we'll say. Probably got some other cool name to it that I don't know what it is, but Willie Anderson, Cole Kmet. Yeah, some of these rookies are going to be where we make some money. Tom Brady. Tom Brady always helps. Any Tom Brady's going to help. Put a Tom Brady lot together, you can get a couple bucks for it usually. But yeah, this football is going to be where the money's going to be at. There's a basketball. I don't know who that is. Keldon Johnson. Winter. It's going to be a winter variation. I don't know if that's a huge one or not. Probably not. I meant as far as a winter variation. There's a CeeDee Lamb rookie card. Take that for sure. We'll put CeeDee Lamb up there. Probably keep that one for us. Justin Jefferson, Mari Cooper, Chris Olave. Now we saw some Olaves in the listing, in the original listing. Justin Jefferson. But yeah, I'd say somebody knew a little more to pick through the baseball stuff, I guess, because there's a couple decent rookies in here. There's Pat Mahomes. You would think that they would pull out, if someone was searching through it, they'd pull out some of the decent rookies or pull out some of the Tom Brady and various other stuff. Jacob Eason, rookie. I have a huge Eason collection. I'll put that over there so I can add it to that. Chase Young, rookie. Van Jefferson. I have a lot of this stuff. Brandon Ayuk, rookie. So Deshaun Watson. We'll put those in that rookie file there. Jahmyr Gibbs. Eric Gray. Hendon Hooker. Oh, that's a nice card. How about that? It's not too shabby. Oh, Lawrence Taylor. And DeAndre Hopkins. Back-to-back on that. Look at that. It's not bad at all. Neither one are numbered, but they're cool cards for sure. We'll put them up there. Probably sleeve those up. Stephon Diggs. Yeah, our money is going to be made in the football. And I think we're actually going to make a little bit. Now that I'm going through and there's a couple variations in there and somebody didn't sort the football and I have a whole nother bag of football to go through. Brock Purdy. We got that's not a rookie, is it? No. Heath Miller. Archie Manning. DeAndre Swift. Not a rookie. Hunter. Dotson. Yeah, the football is some solid football for sure. All right. Tyler Hero. I like the basketball. The basketball snuck in here every once in a while. Christian Watson, the rookies. That's nice. Put that up there. Aiden O'Connell. Well, it's not a bad rookie. That's going to be a Revolution. Astro is going to be that variation. Astro. Now, that's weird. It's like we went from modern and then somebody just threw in a Keenan Allen rookie. Oh, took a Keenan Allen rookie. There we go. Jahmyr Gibbs. Tyler Lockett. Wasn't expecting to see a Keenan Allen rookie out of this modern stuff, but I'll take it. There's a Devin A-Chain. It's nice. Trey McBride. Tanner McKee. Joe Burrow. That's got a little ding on him right there. Brian Breeze. Corey Davis. Josh Jacobs. So we pull anybody else big out of here. J.K. Dobbins. Not big, but you know what I mean. Another A-Chain. There's a red variation. Cole Kmet rookie. Keyshawn Vaughn, rookie. Those aren't too bad. Sean Watson. We'll always take that. Always take a bow. Always take a bow. Yeah, so not bad at all on the football. That is definitely worth it. We'll go through these cards here. This was out of our first group of football. First bag of football. We should have one more bag of football coming up. So, got a couple nice rookies there in that pile. But basically, this is a recap of the second bag. We got Bo Jackson. We got an Aiden O'Connell Astro variation rookie. We've got a Christian Watson, the rookies. Jamar Chase, Josh Allen, Jahmyr Gibbs, rookie out of Chronicles. Nice little Troy Aikman there. We've got a Prism, Optics Contender, College Ticket Prism. We've got Dan Marino, a lot of Josh Allen, Daniel Tomlinson. We've got a Cracked Ice IKEA. I know that's not his name, but got a Caleb Williams, Mosaic rookie. A couple more Christian Watsons, Zach Charbonnet, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. What year is that? That was out of 2023. Another Josh Allen. Then we had a Keenan Allen out of nowhere. Keenan Allen rookie. Little Lawrence Taylor, Cracked Ice type thing. DeAndre Hopkins, Mahomes card, CeeDee Lamb rookie, Tom Brady, Jalen Carter, Travis Kelce, another Josh Allen, A-Chain rookie, and Emmett. Another Emmett, Tyree Wilson, Sam Howell, and Jalen Hurts. And we had some more Jalen Hurts. I mean, we got some decent people out of that. Let's take a little breather here. Oh, no, we got a little bit more. Hang on, I'm sorry. We got a little bit more left. I didn't mean to recap that one yet. We still had this. Did I go through this pile here? I think I did. Yeah, I did. But I didn't go through this one yet. Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah, I did. I think I did. Yeah. Yep, because that Ray Lewis. Yeah, we went through that. Okay. We gone through that pile. All right, I did get through it all. All right. We got one more modern football, looks like. All right, and this is the last bag of the bunch. This one actually has a little Topps baseball, like newer stuff in the top. Like there's a Nestor Cortez Jr. on the top. So this may have some modern baseball. This was like all Topps baseball down here for a while. All right. We will divide them up as we go through them. A lot of Tigers. Apparently somebody had the Tigers and the Athletics in the break. This looks like something I would have in my stuff. Well, Alec Thomas. Got some Sheehan rookies, a Rosarina, Jonah Heim. There's a Juan Soto. Put Juan Soto up. Why not? Then we're on to some football. We'll start the baseball pile over here. James Harrison, Ken Norton Jr., Tony Dorsett. We'll put that up there because I'll hang on to that. This is all Topps Chrome. Phil Simms, Archie Griffin. The Freak. Tell you some stories about him, but probably not appropriate. They're good stories. I mean, good for him. Michael Irvin. There's a little Gronk. Gronk can make the board up there. Why not? Steve Young. Sorry, these are kind of stuck together. Mel Renfro. We got a Lassiter rookie. Put that over there in the football pile. We'll go through on this side. Little soccer. Clay Thompson. We'll put those off to the side. And we're on to the football. A little Jalen Waddle rookie, but he's definitely seen better days. Extra points. So I'm trying to figure out what that was. Drake London. That's cool. As you can see, I have not opened a lot of this stuff, so it's kind of my first time looking at 2024 Prestige. Cool. Little Larry Bird. Kevin Durant. Put that over there in the football pile. Larry Bird, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis. This is the first real run of what I would say basketball cards. Just a few of them, but we've seen one or two here or there. But Matt Chapman. There's an Acuna. That's nice. A little 2020 Acuna. It's not too bad. We'll put Acuna. Acuna can make the board. Why not? Put Bryce Harper up there. Got a Jared Goff X-Fractor type thing. Debo. We've got Amon-Ra St. Brown and Hutchinson. We've got Xavier Worthy Rookie Revolutions. Okay, we'll put Xavier Worthy up there. Why not? Luke McCaffrey, Polk, John Baker, Maurice Jones-Drew, Sepia. Put that up there. Darren Sproles. We've got a Braylon Trice Prism rookie. Another Darren Sproles. Is that numbered or anything? Nope, not numbered. Topps Composite. There's a CJ Mosley Prism. Got an Adley Rushman. Put him up there. Good old Adley. Mojo. Will Levis. Roddy Hampton. Joe Theismann. Tony Hill. Dallas Clark, Christian Okoye. Where did I put football? Football's over here. Yeah, I don't know. We'll sort it out. We gotta look at that pile. That's all I know. Let's see. We got a variation here on the back. Nathan Evaldi, not numbered, but put that in the baseball pile. All right. Nate Wiggins. If we pull out a decent rookie, we'll shout it out. But Will Richard. Yeah, I don't know that we're going to. There's a Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders can always go up there. DJ Turner. I like that I see a lot of refractors and stuff in here. It's Justin Fields, Gardner Minshew. There we go. Sam Howell, refractor. For all you ladies out there, put that on the board. Sky Moore, Jake Ferguson, TJ Watt. We got a Chris Rodriguez, rookie refractor. Rodney Thompson, Dalton Schultz, Nolan Arenado. Over there in the baseball pile. There's the football pile. I think. Who knows? Got a Jamison Taya. No, those are not numbered. Nico Horner, Tatis, Corbin Carroll. Corbin Carroll can go up there. Another Corbin Carroll. Got a Kierloft. Another Corbin Carroll. Tatis, Rushman, Harper. There's a Harper pile. We'll start right there. So I like that we got some modern baseball that actually has some solid people in it. Willie Castro, Mikolos, Red Sox, Jimenez, Estrada, I don't know what that is. Seth Lugo, Patrick Wisdom. I had such high hope for Patrick Wisdom. I thought he was going to hit 50 home runs every year. Even if he only hit 200, he was still going to hit 50 homers. There's a Vlad Jr. Put Vlad Jr. over here. But that did not happen with the old Patrick Wisdom. All right. Let's see. Got some football mixed in here. Mason Smith. There's a Stetson Bennett. Bowman first. Ryan O'Hearn. Made the All-Star this year. Ian Kramer. Nick Sintel. Okay. Let's see. Do some more baseball here. We got a little parallels. Refractor. It's going to be an X-Fractor. Common. We got Moreno and Jimenez. Will Castro. Acuna can make the board. We got a Blake Bortles, Topps Chrome rookie. It's interesting that there's just the 2014 Topps Chrome just floating around in there. Just like we had of whoever that was in the last one. Altuve, a lot of stars at MLB. Arenado, Bichette, Jose Ramirez, who had a big day today for my fantasy. I think he stole 3 bases. Paul Goldschmidt, Acuna. We'll put Acuna up there. Put Riley Green up there. Christian Encarnacion-Strand, who we also had high hopes for, but hadn't panned out yet. Maybe. There was a Mookie. We probably should put Mookie up there too, but it's okay. Well, Bryce Harper. We'll add that to the Bryce Harper section here. Soderstrom. Vlad Jr. Soto. Dalton Kincaid. Put Dalton Kincaid in the football pile. We'll put Soto up here. We're running out of room on our board, which is a good thing. All right, let's do a little more football because that's where the heat was coming earlier. I don't know if that's the case so much anymore. Brissett. Oh, we're on to baseball. These were in the listing photos right here. Joe Ryan, Ozzie Albies, C.J. Abrams. Abrams is probably the only one that we should put up there. Those are the silver variations of what I believe they're called. Joe Burrow, Olave, Williams. We saw these in the listings as well. Got a Dallas Turner rookie. Troy Franklin rookie. That's not bad. We'll put that right there. Chop Robinson. Joe Alt. Rookie Premier. I don't know who that is. Troy Franklin. Yeah, Troy Franklin. Put that right there. Eddie George. All these got some ding corners down here at the bottom. Xavier Leggett. CeeDee Lamb. Devontae Adams. That looks like a refractor or something. Or it's got a weird coloration to it, but it didn't say that it's anything. But maybe not. Maybe that's just me. Keenan Allen. Okay. So that wasn't too shabby. That had some rookies in it at least. Stafford, Drake London, Chris Jones, Jordan Lowe. It's got some ding corners on it though. Got a Kareem Hunt prism. All right, so this is going to be some of the. Got a Chad Johnson, red, white, and blue. Bailey Zappi. Got a Skidoo, red, white, and blue rookie. Drew Brees. Got a L'Jarius Sneed, not numbered or anything. We haven't run across any numbered stuff. Trotter, Washington. Got Blake Schnell. refractor right there. That's not too bad. We'll put that up there. Not the regular plates now, just the refractor. Let's finish up this football that's over here. It's got some baseball mixed in it just because I saw some variations sticking out of it. Javon Curse, Walker, Muhammad, Frymouth, Connor, Byron Young. All right. Justin Crawford, Acuna. We're just starting to pile over here. Denzar Guzman, Bo Bichette, a Singa rookie, Arenado, Crooks, Bichette, Josh Young, rookie card. Jake Cronenworth. Oh, Chipper. Chipper's making the board. Chipper always makes the board. Massey, Cunha, JD. It's the modern stuff that's been pretty nice for it. There's Devers. Rivera, Verlander, Morel, rookie. Von Grissom, rookie. Tony Gwynn, Jim Palmer. Jeter, Jackie Robinson, Griffey. I had a couple packs of those that had some Shoheis in them and stuff. Jordan Jefferson, Stevenson, DJ James, Michael Pratt. These were the variations that I saw, which are cool variations, but not anybody exciting. Randy Johnson from the Hobby Night. Got a Donovan McNabb, pink. I don't know what that design is, pink. There's the Andre Rison, Sepia, Howie Long, Bruce Matthews, Drew Pearson, Brian Westbrook, Patrick Willis, Sean Alexander, Finesse, Devin Hester, kick returner, all chrome team. Emmett, that's what I thought that was. All right. Mitchell, nobody stuck to him. T.O., Jordan, I can usually sell those. Mojo refractors. Roger Staubach, we'll probably hang on to that. Eddie George, Tony Dorsett, Dwight Stevens stuck. Joey Porter, refractor. I'll put that over there. Jermaine Burton, Tony Vaselli, Dan Marino, Jordan Morgan, Daniel Jones, Geno Smith. All right, we're about done with the football piles. We still got a decent amount of baseball piles left. DJ Moore, Olave, Odunze, rookie right there. Is he stuck to somebody? No. Testaverde, Nico Collins. No more big rookies. There's a Marcus Allen. Out of that, no Caleb Williams or anything like that. A couple Sean Murphys. Garrett Cole's probably your biggest name on there. Garrett Cole. Nimmo, Contreras, Verlander, Christian Walker, who I also always have high hopes for. But I've gotten rid of most of his stuff so far. Made decent money on it. Got rid of him. Kershaw, Trey Turner, a couple Altuves. All right, I think that was the end of the football stuff. We'll see if there's any more mixed in here. Morel, it's not a rookie, is it? No. Goldschmidt, Cole, Frelick, Bryce Harper, Altuve. Ooh, little Topps Chrome. Joey Votto, Stars of MLB. Matt Olson. There's a little Spencer Strider with, but at the bottoms of it are dinged up pretty badly. I don't know if you guys can see that down there. See those little creases? Oh well, we would hang on to some Strider stuff, but Chase Brown goes over here. Julio Rodriguez. Hopefully he'll catch some heat here in the second half of the season. Bryce Elder, J.P. Crawford. I watched Bryce Elder pitch the other night. We went to the Braves game, and he gave up as many home runs as he possibly could to, there's Bay, put that down there, to the Phillies after a very long rain delay. Luis Ortiz. I don't know that that's a card you want to have at the moment. David Wright, Rod Carew, Hunter Brown. He's not too bad. He's been helping out the fantasy squad. Quan, Pagaro, Lil Ozzy, Dansby, Sai Suzuki, black. You can see the difference on those. See how the logo is black on here and then surrounding writing is black. So we'll put that up there because it's a variation just for the fun of it. So football was not the heat in this last bag, but the baseball has been the heat. Got a red foil. That one's red. That's going to be another variation. Yelich. I'll put that over there. Yelich, Brian Reynolds, Yogi Berra. I have to go through these because I know there's some photo variations in here, and I'm not able to pick them out right off the top of my head. We got hockey. It's our first hockey stuff after Jared Schuster here. I don't know anything about hockey. I'm going to have to, I know very few hockey players. I'll have to have somebody else look at those. Or if you guys know any, I don't think there's anybody too exciting there. We got a time-stamped Micah Parsons, Christian Okoye, extra points, Kate Otten, Kyler Murray. We'll put the Kyler Murray over there just because it's a variation of a decent player. There's Lamar Jackson, Randy Moss, Justin Herbert. See if we got any. Ooh, there's a Sauce Gardner. Gold, shimmery, shiny, something or another. That's nice. It's not a bad card. Be cool if it was numbered, but it's not. But he'll make the board. Why not? And Mike Parsons. All right, so we got this 2 more stacks of what looks like baseball, but I think down here at the very bottom, I think that's a little bit of absolute football. I don't know that I see any more variations of this stuff. It just looks like somebody was putting players together. Just hope we run across. Jeffers has had a pretty good year so far. Vogelback, always the peak of athleticism. I can't really talk because I probably weigh more than he does, and he's playing Major League Baseball, and I'm not. All right, Baker Mayfield. Whoops. Darnold, we did have a little bit more football sneak in here. Max Dugan. There's Kyle Pitts. Trey Tucker. Josh Jacobs. Spencer Sanders on the Bowman Illusion. That's a nice, cool looking card. Invicta. That's what it is. Invicta. We'll put that right there. DJ Shark. Die cut. Sam Darnold die cut. Little Spencer Strider. Ben Attendee. Luis Arise. Valdez. The Yankees with Judge on there. You can always put that in a Judge lot. It's not going to bring you too much more money, but it's an easy way to get rid of cards like that. You just put that as a team card with Aaron Judge, and you add it to about a 10 or 20 card lot. Longoria. You got Matt Olson, Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso is probably the best out of that bunch. Tariq Skubal. Contreras, Diaz, Taylor Ward, Joe Adele. Like I said, there's not a lot of variations that I saw sticking out. Andre Ward, Aaron Rodgers, Shaq Thompson. It's not a rookie, is it? No. In fact, I did see Acuna coming up. There we go. There's an Acuna and an Adley. Christian Javier. Pete Paul Seawald. I don't know why I want to call him Pete. Jordan. So Harper. Same thing with that. You could say that's a Phillies team card featuring Bryce Harper. Again, it's not going to make it $1 million, but it helps get rid of some cards. Lamar Jackson, A-Chain, not a rookie. Aaron Rodgers, Watson, Evans, Eddie George, Travis Kelce, CeeDee Lamb. See, like all the Kelces. I mean, we've only pulled like 2 Kelces, but you can make a Kelce lot. I could make a CeeDee Lamb lot for sure because there were a bunch of those. Justin Steele. Bard. Yeah, these are all just somebody was opening packs. Garrett Cole, probably your best on here. Strider. Pete Alonso, O'Neal Cruz, Future Stars. Kyle Farmer, Adley Rushman, rookie and Gold Cup. It's always interesting. Jose Ramirez, Schwarber, Riley, Alonso, Freed, Alcantara, Urias, Brett Batty, rookie. Vargas, Bush, Weiss, Richards, Casey Schmidt. Variations are cool and all, but when it's not somebody exciting. There's a Mojo Bowman first. There's a Giancarlo Stanton Bowman Chrome 2023. That's not bad. Put that up there. Juan Soto, Adley, who is not helping the fantasy team this year, but I'm going to pull this Matt Strom out because I found a bunch of his rookie cards that I'm going to get rid of. There's a Riley Green. Got a Daryl Strawberry. It's not too bad. This is going to be the last stack of this pile. Of this, actually, of everything. There's a Strider without the dent in it. We'll hang on to that then. Sonny Gray. There's an Acuna. Topps Trading Card Day. Corbin Carroll. Yelich. Altuve. Marte. Olsen. Devers. Chisholm. Acuna. Ha-Seong Kim. Sure. Strider. No, that's got a big dent right up there. I don't know if you guys can see it. There it is. Olsen. I'm not, like I said, I'm not sorting these out. I'll go back. Stone Garrett, who I actually was big on for about a year or two, and he played pretty well, but I think they cut him. Arenado, Soto, Nolan Jones, Aaron Nola. Same thing with Strom. I pulled a bunch of Nola rookie cards. Dansby, Adley, Votto, Zach Geloff, rookie, Garrett Cole, Yelich, Arenado, McCutcheon, Strider, Freddie, Votto, Seager, Yelich, Max Fried. Sad that he went to the Yankees, but he struggled a little bit today. I had him on the old fantasy squad, and he did not pitch his usual self, but can't do it every day. There's a Max Fried variation, the silver. We'll hang on to that. Rendon. Got a Mookie Betts, Stadium Club, Special Forces, Pete Alonso, Tovar. We'll put Alonso up there. That Tovar's not a rookie or anything. I don't think the variations are going to have the... I don't think the parallels are going to have the variations on them, like the hat and the Christmas lights and all that kind of stuff. I don't think they're going to have that. There's Bryson Stott. There's a Tatis Jr. Chrome. Put the Chromes up there. Seager, Dansby, Manny Machado. Nola can go over there. Scherzer, Pena, Vladdy, Cortez. This is going to wrap it up. Last card, Luis Castillo. So, out of this, I would say my favorite card out of the bunch is probably that Sauce Gardner right there. So we'll get those kind of cleaned up a little bit. It's got a rough little corner, but I like that Sauce Gardner. And, of course, I love the Emmett and the Chipper, but those are personal ones. And then there was one other card that I thought was pretty cool out of here. We'll sleeve all these up and we'll go back through everything. But Blake Bortles is always nice. Stetson Bennett, Sam Howell, Barry Sanders. No, I guess that's it. So those are probably our big winners. All right, let's sleeve some of these things up and get them cleaned up. Take a look at what we got.
All right, so not a lot of huge cards or anything like that. There's a lot of 25, 50 cent, $1 cards. Most of that's due to the modern football. You saw there were some parallels in there. There's a couple decent rookies in there. Nothing of huge value. Was it worth it? I mean, you'd probably make a little money on it, but when you put the work in there, you put the time in there to do it, probably not. Did I have a good time doing it? Yes, I did. And so sorry it was such a long video, but I didn't want to, speed it up, slow it down, speed it up, slow it down. I did it a couple places, but, hey, I had fun with it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll have more videos coming up. Like I said, we've got that big $140-something thing coming that I'm really nervous about. I feel like the condition is going to be the problem with that. The volume is good. It looks like it's good. There was an autographed baseball in there. I don't know what that's going to be, but maybe it'll be somebody huge. Maybe that'll make all the money. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and like, subscribe, do all the good things. See you guys next time.